It's still pretty fresh.
As I was getting released from prison and putting on real clothes, nothing fit. My shoes were too big, pants were too little. When I took a bus ride to Portland, I just looked out the window, thought about what I wanted to eat, thought about getting some cranberry juice, thought about making chocolate chip cookies. Like, I used to dream about chocolate chip cookies repetitively. That's what I wanted to do. Then I just walked around downtown for 3 hours, kind of refamiliarizing myself with my hometown. Just took it all in. It just smelled like fresh air. My name is Emmanuel Price. I am the creator of Scape. I ended up hanging out with some idiot friends, making an idiot mistake, and basically ended up going to prison for close to 5 years for armed robbery. Within a minute of my life, everything changed. I couldn't wait to get out, but everybody feels the same thing. Hope, angst, scared a little bit. They don't admit it, but they are. I left Portland, I was fed up. I was like, I can't get a job, it's hard. So I moved to Atlanta. Within 2 weeks of being in Atlanta, I had a job. About 6 weeks after that, I had a second job. Then going into my second month, I had an apartment. And I was just like overtaken with emotion. I was like, man, I got a second chance. And then I just played with that and I was like, second chances are for everyone. Like, I had to come to Atlanta for all this. I couldn't get into my hometown. That's how Scafe started. I spend a lot of time just one-on-ones, having lunch or breakfast or just having coffee with them. We do resume writing, mock interviewing. If they need alcohol or drug resources or help, I can resource them out to different agencies and kind of just share my story with them and kind of helping them walk through and navigate themselves back into society. This is an institutional problem, and that it's designed to keep people, especially communities of color, in those areas, basically not being successful educationally, financially, by way of employment. So the recidivism rate is real. Recidivism is just relapsing into an old or negative behavior that landed you into a negative consequence like prison or jail in the first place. As I applied for this job, I turned in my application. The story goes I was hired, fired, rehired, fired, and then hired again. And because of that, I missed my daughter's first field trip, which is something that I had waited, all of her life for. It was heartbreaking.
City Council is considering a hot button issue right now as we speak.
Should employers be able to ask about a potential worker's criminal history on a job application form? The mayor's proposed ban the box ordinance would prevent that.
Ban the box is a law that passed most recently. It's House Bill 3025. It increases the chance for people to be hired and even interviewed by 100%. If you were my employer, I would be able to sell myself on my talent, my work history, and be personable with you and kind of establish that relationship rather than you looking at the application like, oh, you have a felony. Let's see what that's about. And you just throw my application aside. Something small to us, like maybe getting an ID card or putting on a brand new pair of jeans or a button-up shirt, like to see their face light up, it does a lot for me. I know how serious it is. Like, this is not something like I thought I would ever want to do with my life. I want to go into the restaurant business. I wanted to be a business owner, but because I was so affected by going to prison, and I know all the emotions that people go through and just how hopeless it can be. I get joy just from talking to people, just from being able to identify, say, hey man, I've been there too. I go through it every day. You'll get there eventually. You have to do the groundwork first. Like, we've already done the hardest part, which is surviving through prison and parole and probation. Getting employers to see the significance of a human being, of a life, of employment. We've all done something. We've all had a second chance, and if we didn't, I'm sure we would all take that opportunity to right a wrong in our life.